I love tinkering with my cars. Now, whether that's adding a new accessory or even just playing with the settings on the infotainment system, or adding aftermarket parts such as the sway bars or suspension I've added from Unplugged, these are the types of things that make me happy. Currently my suspension is at a level 12 and I've been happy with it there, but I'm going up to 18 to see how that feels. On a scale of 0 to 32, with 32 being the stiffest and factory is about 16. Now I've also added sway bars. They are about a millimeter thicker than factory. I have it in the middle setting, and when taking turns hard, I can feel the car rotate more, so I'll adjust that more in the future. The suspension and sway bars being adaptable makes it more engaging. The software gets better with time, and the reliability and maintenance has been as good or better than anything I have ever owned. So one thing I know for sure is I will always own a Tesla. The other great thing about Tesla is it's an American automotive manufacturer, and it's been so long since we've been the leader in something, and now America leads the EV space in terms of creating something that the entire world is now going to adopt. Without Tesla, there's no way that the EV movement is where it's at today. My hope is that more aftermarket companies like Unplugged and Mountain Pass Performance keep popping up so the enthusiast lives on. I have met some of my best friends in the car community, and it gives people a great outlet to interact and share our passion for cars. Just as much as you love your Tesla, that guy with the Folgers can hanging off the back of his Honda has that same love and passion for his Honda. And if we can realize this, the car community will be better as a whole. So what is the downside of owning an EV if you're an automotive enthusiast? For me personally, it's the tinkering. At the same time, that's also what makes them great. Now, don't get me wrong, driving this car on a daily basis is amazing. The infotainment is great, the throttle response is excellent. It's a really well-balanced car, and personally, I don't think there is another all-around vehicle, gas or electric, that is better than the Model Y for doing things around town. At one point, I wish it had Apple CarPlay, but in my opinion, this is better or just as good because Tesla updates it based on customer feedback or things internally that they find would be a better use of this space. Since I purchased my Model Y 3 years ago, my infotainment has updated to be just as good as the 2023 models coming out right now, and as a customer, I appreciate that. Which brings me to the text in my thumbnail, time to sell. My original plan with the Model Y was to keep it and just run the miles up until it would catch fire and not be put out for 30 days. That's at least what the comments told me would happen. Now, speaking of comments, you're probably looking there right now to figure out what this shirt is, and it's from INTOTHEAM.com. It's one of their basic tees, and using code Gjeebs, you will save 10% on their website in addition to whatever sales they have going on. I've been wearing these for about 2.5 years now. They've been partnered with the channel for many years, and I really appreciate their support. They're very comfortable. Their basic tees can come with a logo or without. I use their basic tees and hoodies on a daily basis. I really enjoy them. I appreciate their support on the channel, so check them out. Use code Gjeebs, save an additional 10% off on their website. INTOTHEAM, thank you for being a partner on the channel. Driving my Model Y around lately, and after having driven the new 2023 models, and even despite having a comfort suspension on my 2020 long-range Model Y with 20-inch wheels, it's just been rough. So here's a side-by-side comparison driving my Porsche Macan on this section of road. So now in my Macan on that same section of road that's coming up here, I'm not like bracing myself for these bumps. It's just kind of handling them. So we're coming up on that section. There's over the railroad tracks. The car just seems to eat it up a little bit better. I'll be quiet now. It's just louder in the Model Y. It's a more rough experience. The new 2023 models with the upgraded comfort suspension, with different spring rates and different dampening levels, it's just a more smooth and even better experience than this already is. Even the shelf that's now in the back of the car in the double pane glass, all of those little changes that they've made since 2020 are really adding up. Now, yes, the Macan is much more expensive to maintain. It's not an efficient vehicle, but it can be had for a similar price to the Tesla Model Y. It doesn't quite have as much storage to it, and while the technology is good, it's not as adaptable as the Model Y is. The software that Tesla has is so far advanced from any other auto manufacturer right now. It's kind of scary, to be honest, because all these other companies making EVs are making them with the mindset of legacy auto, and that every few years we'll release a new one, that'll increase demand, and then it ends up looking like this. It looks old and outdated, and then you don't want it, it decreases the value of the car. Whereas Tesla's software is helping hold and maintain values, which as an owner, again, I appreciate. But where the Macan excels against the Model Y is the tinkering. You're able to change the exhaust sound. You have an air suspension, which on off-road mode will go 40 millimeters above where standard ride height is. It has Sport and Sport Plus, which the Model Y does have chill, normal, and sport modes, depending on if you have a performance model or if you've got the performance boost. The Macan has the enthusiast in mind, and that's where I hope Tesla gets to. I've even thought of Tesla coming out with a performance parts division where you can get Alcantara steering wheels, where you can get different features that other companies have that will, again, entertain the enthusiast to get them to want to adopt an EV. Also, quick side note here. We're breaking from the script that I wrote for myself. Why are BMW owners the biggest criminals when it comes to putting M badges on non-M cars? I saw an M3335i the other day, okay? That's what I saw. I just saw an M750Li, which doesn't exist. Okay, so why do BMW owners, more than any other manufacturer, put fake M badges on cars that are blatantly not M's? Please answer that for me in the comments. Please, God, I need to know. I need to know from people that do that why you do that. No judgment, right? Sounds like I'm angry. I'm not. I'm just deeply confused. Thank you. The double paned glass, the updated comfort suspension, even the cover on the trunk, and other sound deadening features make the Model Y a more compliant and even better daily driver for an SUV. In addition to that, the cost of the Model Y has come all the way back down to basically where it was when I bought mine in the summer of 2020. So now it's very tempting. So I'll leave it to you. Do I get a new Model Y and replace this one? Or get rid of my Porsche Macan and get a Model Y Performance? Or wait till the Model 3 Long Range comes out, which should be happening this summer, and get that? Now, if you want to see my Tesla Model Y compared to my Porsche Macan, you're going to want to click this video right here. It'll be very helpful in that comparison. And they're actually both sporty SUVs and similar in ways you may not think.